Hi guys and welcome to my channel. It's Vesna here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to share with you two Pinterest inspired spring themed DIYs. So the first DIY was inspired by Kimspired DIY. I found this pin a little while ago and I thought it was a perfect small spring themed DIY. So I'm going to be using some Dollar Tree materials as well as the Rust-Oleum glaze in Java. Sorry, I can't seem to spit that out. And I'll start off with these garden picks. I'm actually only needing 3 of these garden picks. I'm going to be cutting them in half, and I will be cutting the tops of them off as well. And to cut them, I just have a hand miter cutter. So I just use that, and you just have to kind of push on one side and then on the other, and it cuts it off. And then I will be attaching them with some hot glue and a jumbo craft stick. I really like this DIY because it is a really simple Dollar Tree DIY. It's quick and you can make it spring themed, you can make it Easter themed, you can make it Christmas, fall, whichever. So for today, I'm making it spring themed, but it's very versatile. So if you wanted to make it, you could make it any way that you wanted it to fit the season or your decor style. Once I've glued it down to attach all the pieces, I also add the little triangles that were left over just to attach it at the top. And then I go ahead and I stain it using that Rust-Oleum glaze. And I love this to stain. It dries really quick. It's not that messy, and it has a beautiful rustic farmhousey color. I just use a rag to apply this stain or the glaze, and it's the beauty of it is you can wipe off the excess and you can add more if you wanted it a little bit darker, so it's really easy to work with. So I set that off to the side, and then I go ahead and I use my basket, and I'm going to be attaching the basket to the piece, but first I want to make it kind of go together with the backing. So I'm just adding a little bit of jute rope to this basket. I'm doing it around and in the middle, like I said, just to kind of tie everything together. Once I finish attaching the jute rope, I go ahead and see how I want this to look when I attach it to the back, and I just use hot glue to attach it. And then I will be filling this little basket with some florals. But before I go ahead and do that, I've cut out using my Cricut the word home. And I'm going to be attaching it. I just cut it out on some white vinyl. And I'm going to just be sticking it on there. The vinyl has a sticky back, so because it's a permanent vinyl. So I'm just attaching it to the sign right there, kind of in the middle. I didn't measure, I just eyeballed it. And that's all there is to that. Then the florals that I'm adding in here, you can add anything you want, like I said. These are all from the Dollar Tree, and I used 3 picks in total. So, $3, it didn't cost too much, and I just put a little bit of floral foam at the bottom. You can also put some moss. I did not attach moss. The picture, the inspiration does have moss in it, but I decided not to attach it because sometimes it gets a little bit messy. I haven't yet decided if I'm going to hang this or not, so I do attach some jute rope for it to be hung. I might put it on my tray or I might hang it. I have a home sign that I have hung up in my kitchen where I can replace the O with this basket. That might work too. I haven't decided where I'll put it, so I wanted that option, and because I thought it might droop, even if I put it in my tray, I could have the florals droop over, so I'm adding some of these droopy ones. So just before I show you my finished piece, here's the inspiration and here's my finished piece. So it's a little bit different, but I think it's very much close to the inspiration. This video is a part of a challenge hosted by Domestic Diva DIY. If you guys haven't checked out Sonia, make sure you check her out. She's been around for a little bit. She's got some amazing DIY videos. She does kind of a farmhouse theme, I guess. That's her style. But she does beautiful DIYs, all on a budget. She does a lot of furniture flips too. So if you like that kind of stuff, make sure you check her out. She is one talented lady. Now she also has 3 other channels. She's got Fairy Tales Travels, Domestic Diva Home, and Domestic Diva Cooking. So check out all of her stuff. Check out the playlist, which I'll have linked in the description below. And everything will be linked in my description below. So like I said, make sure you check everyone out. For the next DIY, my inspiration is this bloom sign from Everyday Wholesome. And again, for this one, I used trash items, basically, things that I had on hand, and some rulers, which I picked up a little while ago from the thrift store. So what I'm doing is using this piece of cardboard, and I've cut these rulers in half, and I'm going to be making a little frame out of the rulers, and I'm just going to use the cardboard as a back for my little sign. I cut the rulers with a power saw. I was going to use my hand saw, but it was too hard, so I just used the power saw. And I'm just hot gluing them together. And once I hot glue them, I also stain them in the same glaze that I was using for the other project. It's the Rust-Oleum glaze in Java. And it's just to give them a little bit of a darker finish than they're kind of like orangey right now. So I just want a little bit of a darker finish to them. If you guys haven't been to my channel before, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Vesna, and this is my DIY channel where I try to create beautiful home decor DIYs on a budget. So if you could like that kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and hit the notification bell so that you can see new videos. And make sure you tell me you've subscribed in the comments below. So then I use the little frame to measure out how big I need this cardboard to be, and I just use an X-Acto knife to cut it. So once I have it all cut out, I use my Rust-Oleum chalk linen white paint to paint out the cardboard white. You don't have to use cardboard. If you have cardstock that's white, you could use that. And you don't have to use chalk paint. You can use acrylic paint. I just had chalk. I have this big thing of chalk paint, so I always use it for most of my projects. White has been hard to find in the Dollar Tree lately, so I've been using the white acrylic paint, and I find that sometimes it doesn't cover as well as this chalk paint, and it's a little bit shinier. I do 2 coats of the white, and I just use my hairdryer to dry in between, and then I hot glue the frame to the cardboard, and then I dry brush a makeshift purple color on to the piece as well. For the colors to dry brush, I'm using some of this blue acrylic paint and the fuchsia pink acrylic paint, and it's mostly because I didn't have purple acrylic paint. So I mix these 2 colors together, and then I dab my paintbrush and I dab off the excess and just lightly dry brush this color onto the back just to give it a little bit more of a spring feel. While that's drying, I use my Cricut to cut out the word bloom. I'm using the Easy November font, and I use that for the home sign as well. And then I am going to, again, attach it to the sign. It's a permanent vinyl, so it has the sticking at the back, so I don't have to hot glue it or glue it or Mod Podge it or anything like that. So here's the inspiration, and here is my piece. I think it's pretty close. It is definitely the inspiration with my touch. And here are both pieces. I think they're going to look gorgeous in my spring decor. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please check out the playlist, check out Sonia, and check out these videos that I'm recommending throughout the video as well as at the end. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think of these, which one you like better, and thanks for dropping by. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.